Vincent. I am the current president of the board and the co-founder of Every Child Counts. In the back with taking videos, my husband, Dr. Conrad Nesson, who is our co-founder. Before we go here, we have 4 programs with how we serve the community in Delaware County, and this, I think, is everyone's favorite program, Operation Graduate. I think that we are investing in the future of our children, and I am really excited that you guys are a part of it. So thank you for joining us. I want you to meet Danetta Green, for all of the students. You have been talking back and forth with her. She's phenomenal. She's our director of programs, and we're happy that she's joined Every Child Counts. So every time we're at this point in the year, this is our 5th annual program, I always think about what to talk to you about. And I'm not going to talk very much. My job is just to welcome you, right? But it took me back, right? It took me back to high school, so I pulled up my very ancient yearbook, high school yearbook, and we used to have to say something. And so what I quoted was, the greatest gift of learning is independence of thought and a confirmed belief in your own ability to achieve. And it turns out I didn't change very much because I feel very much the same way, right? I want to make sure, you're going to have a few speakers speak with you today. You have to believe in yourself. You have to believe in yourself. When no one else around you believes in you, you have to believe in yourself. You have to prove them wrong. Make them your motivator. I have so many people, even at my level of education, that just by looking at me, assume that I'm less than. Make them look stupid. Make him look stupid. Believe in yourself. So welcome today. You're in a room with many wonderful teachers, educators, doctors, lawyers, just a whole host of people. So talk to people. You never know who you will talk to, who can make a difference in your future. So today is the beginning of the rest of your life. So without any further ado, I'm going to introduce you to a friend of mine, Cynthia Garvin Parks. I met Cynthia when my children were still in high school at Penncrest High School. And she has made such a difference in our family, and she continues to make a difference in our family. Even though she's no longer there, she's one of our current board members. She's always helping, moving, and being involved, and she's dynamic. You guys should talk to her if you haven't. But without further ado, I'm going to introduce you to Cynthia.
What a delight to be here today, and this is one thing that all of us can say. This is a highlight for all of us to be able to celebrate you, the graduates. 3 weeks ago, I was at a graduation affair similar to this, but the graduate was 70 years old. She had always wanted to go back to college and finally did. So I was at a graduation party for a 70-year-old. But now I salute you. And this is a great joy. I have 10 minutes. I'm not the keynote speaker. I'm the keynote encourager. All right, so I'm going to drop 3 names on you, and I hope one of them will stick. And first of all, I love the Messums. Whenever you're involved with them, it turns to gold. So stick with them. So let me tell you this. I have to be quick. Yesterday morning, you know how hot it was. I like to bike ride. I'm a fake bike rider, but I do like to get out there and bike ride. And I called a graduate that was sitting where you are. She was in the cohort group of 2019, Christine Collins, Conti Collins. She is graduating from Westchester University this year. I called her and I said, I'm coming by your house at 6 a.m. We are going bike riding. She was all for it. So I met her with but when I got there, she said, I'm going to be ready when you get there. When I got there, she was still rolling out of bed. So I still know how it is when you you are, going up the ladder in education. Sometimes you want to sleep a little bit. But Conti and I went bike riding over in Malvern in a lovely trail. And then afterwards we sat down and had a breakfast together. But remember, she sat right where you are. And here she is about to graduate from Westchester University, and we're still connected. Because I met her when she was in 9th grade. And at that moment, Conti said, I was going to be in her village. And I said, I am going to be in your village. And in fact, when Conti was in 9th grade, I told her, I said, I need to retire from this job, but I need to wait until you retire. And when she got to the 12th grade, she said, are you retiring? And I said, you're graduating? I'm retiring. But we have maintained her journey all along. I say that to each one of you in here. It takes all of us. And to the parents who have helped the graduate, to the graduate, you know those people that have been in your corner. You know those people. You also know the people who have not made wise choices. You know those, and your classmates, your friends, you know those people. But you are here because at some juncture you made the right choice. I don't know if I listened to the news the other day. Philadelphia had their graduation for students who did not meet qualifications to graduate in May. So those students had to go to summer school, those seniors. And they interviewed a few of them yesterday, and one of them said, I didn't take school as serious at all until I was denied to be able to graduate. And he was so grateful for the opportunity to really put his shoulder to the wheel and get it done. He was so proud. His family was so proud. So sometimes we may, venture off the wrong way, but keep getting back on target. Keep, strengthening your focus. Anyway, so I'm with Conti after our bike ride, and I want you to know, I'm 65, she's 22. I outrode her, but that's just a way of time. And when I showed up, I had my kit, that's what we call it. I had my kit on, and she was like, oh, you really dress up for this. I said, oh yes. If you show up, you need to show up. And we say that for all of you heading up to college. If you're going to show up to do the right thing. But I was most blessed by, Conti said, she calls me Memsy now. She says, Memsy, I'm reading a book by Malcolm Gladwell. Some of you are probably familiar with it in the room, called Outliers. I heard about it. I have not read it. So we're sitting there eating our omelets, and this young woman that I have watched from 9th grade, who sat where you are, she's talking about what she's learning about how to be a successful person. And she just dropped 3 things on me about that Malcolm Gladwell said in the book Outlier. And he used the words autonomy, complexity, and recognition. Autonomy is your choice. Every day you want to wake up in that college room with a choice. When you're away from mom and dad, aunt, uncle, caregiver, mentor, you don't have a choice. The choice is going to be yours. And you get to select that choice. Will it be a good choice that's going to lead to the best of your education? The other word was complexity. She said she's learning how to always take advantage of challenges. Always take advantages of learning new things. Always take advantages of what's going to help her, maybe something didn't seem right, even for me, even coming out with me yesterday. She didn't know that, 10 miles is nothing, 20 miles is nothing. She was like, we have to go that far? I was like, come on, just keep pedaling. Just keep pedaling, we want to get there. And there was one moment in our ride, I lost sight of her, and a man came by and said, that person you were riding with, they're walking with their bike back there. So I had to turn around and go back and, and connect with her. And I say that for everybody that's a mentor in the room, you're going to need a mentor. All right, I connected with her, and then we continued to ride together. But she took the challenge, and she was willing to take the challenge. Even now that she's about to graduate from Westchester, and she's extending it to work on her master's. She sat right where you are. And she came to this country in 8th grade because she grew up in, can you bring me water? She grew up in a refugee camp in Liberia. And she came to Springton Lake when she was in 8th grade. And she has continued to excel. Excuse me. So we talked about autonomy, making wise choices. We talked about complexity, the ability to just keep challenging yourself to do better. And then the other one was recognition, recognizing that there is a distinct connection between your hard work and your reward. You don't get reward without hard work. It doesn't come easy. But there is a distinct, and you will recognize that yourself, graduates. And you're here now, so you already know at this level, there has been a distinct connection between hard work. Now, as an aside, we're not talking about the assignments that you forgot to do, you didn't turn in, you turned in late. We're not talking about how you weren't prepared for the presentation and you just faked it. We're not talking about those, because everybody in the room has had that at one point. All right, but we're talking about when you put in the hard work. And you realize that there is a distinct connection between your hard work and your reward. So it was a delight for me to be talking to someone who sat right where you are. And here we're still having conversations. And I can still hold her accountable. And she's still willing to share about how she's growing as a young woman. Then let me tell you about this other person. I don't know the person. Perhaps you know her. So I'm going to drop 3 names with you. The first one was Conti. The second name is Maya Merhide. Who in the room knows Maya Merhide? Or heard about Maya Merhide? If you listened to the news about 2-3 weeks ago, you heard about a 15-year-old from California who swam the island of Manhattan and did the 20 bridges. Did you hear that? She's part of a group that's called Swim Across America. I don't know Maya, but I have been intrigued by Maya. Number one, I can't swim. Anybody else in the room can't swim? I can't swim. But the idea that this 15-year-old swam around the island of Manhattan, New York, and this was, you go look at her page, because I'll tell you, I've been mesmerized by her. 15 years old. This was not her first marathon. 28.5 miles. Took her 8 hours and 48 minutes to swim around the island of Manhattan. When they interviewed her at Good Morning America, they were like, well, Maya, what made you want to do that? She said, well, I try to be a normal teenager. Wow. They were like, normal teenager. But she says, there are just some things that I know I'm committed to doing. To focus, to discipline, to practice. It took endurance. This 15-year-old, and some of us can't even I can't wrap my head around it, because I can't swim. But I can't wrap my head around swimming around New York as a marathon. I can't even walk a marathon. I can't. So, but this Maya talked about what makes her do what she does. Her goal, her discipline, her focus, her preparation. But you know what I was most mesmerized by? Is anybody, so while I'm saying this, does anybody recall seeing this on the news? Wow. What I was most mesmerized by, you see Maya swimming, it's night too. She's swimming, you see the New York skyline, you see this young girl swimming, but then you see a kayak next to her. And then the part that I saw, you can hear people saying, go Maya, go Maya. Well, later on I find out, along with Maya, she's swimming for 28.5 miles, 8 hours and 45 minutes, but she had a kayaker. In the boat, there was a boat pilot. With the boat pilot, there was an observer, and then it was her parents, her support team. Yeah. Maya was swimming, but Maya had a support team. Her mom, they're from South California, they had never been to New York, and they were fascinated by this New York skyline. Her mom said while cheering on her daughter, she felt like she was on an amusement ride through New York, because she's watching her daughter for 8 hours and 45 minutes swim the island of Manhattan. Now you go home and look at a map and try to put that together. But what mesmerized, what I was most fascinated by, and I listened to some interviews by her, and she just talked about, number one, the goal, the discipline, the practice, the commitment she has to that, but she did it with purpose. Maya is raising money for cancer. She has known many people that have been diagnosed with cancer. She's driven by that. She does it not for herself, because she's raising funds for a cause. But Maya could never do that by herself. She needed a community. In the Outlier book, Kanti was saying, they're talking about what makes successful people. It's family, culture, relationship, support. It's not always that you're born into money. No, some people just work darn hard. Some people have to work darn hard, and it works for them. And then Maya is saying, it was my parents, it was my kayaker, it was the pilot. All those people were pushing me forward. And I say that to you graduates. When you look around this room, there are people that work in the district attorney's office. There are people that work in pharmaceutical companies. There are people that are business administrators. There are people that are educators. There are people in here that are high school educators from Chester Upland. There are so many people in here. We're in your kayak. We want to be in your kayak. We want you, and I don't know what the statistics are for these organizations, for people that sit here, graduates that sit here, that maintain your contact with this organization. Yes, this is nice. Suitcase is nice, all the goodies is nice, the backpack is nice. Some people will take it, thank you for the meal, off you go. Others will say, no, I want to stay connected. Those people are in my kayak. Those people are supporting me. Those people are going to be a good resource for me. All right, and so I hope you see ECC as that. Graduate, we're speaking to you. Parent, we're speaking to you. See this group as the people in your kayak, the people at your boat pilots. They're going to be here for you. I'm going to be here for you. They're going to be around. Then the last person, 3 people, Kanti and then Maya. And I don't know how many of you read the book, Finding Me, by the autobiography of Viola Davis. Yeah. Anybody?
I haven't read it, but I heard it.
I know, it's like being on a bookshelf and on a bookshelf, finally you pick it up and read it. Viola Davis, how many of you know Viola Davis? Woman King, The Help. All those great books. If you get a chance to read the book, Finding Me, and you know about how she's catapulted to stardom and how wonderful she is. But her life didn't start that way. She grew up in Pawtucket, Rhode Island, dirt poor. Beyond dirt poor. Family was separated. Some of her siblings grew up in the South. She grew up here with some other siblings. Finally, one of a sister that she adored named Diane came to live with them in Pawtucket, Rhode Island. And Diana just, she saw the conditions of Viola. And, Viola said she didn't really care too much about school. She was a real troublemaker, wasn't interested, but Diane loved school. Diane didn't want to miss school. She didn't care they didn't have clothes to wear. She didn't care that they went to school smelly. She didn't care about anything. She wanted to go to school. So she went to school, and Diana, her sister, said, everything I learned in school, I'm going to come home and teach you. Everything I learned in school, I'm going to come home and teach you. And she did that until finally Diana said to Viola, what do you want to be? And Viola, at that moment, I think she said she was about 9 or 10, like a light bulb went off. What do I want to be? And from then on, Diana became the person in a kayak. Whenever she thought about not wanting to do something, not wanting to go to school, not wanting to succeed, not wanting to, she thought about, Diane said to her, what do you want to be? And that changed the direction of her life. It changed her. So, graduates, we are so happy to encourage you. I'm just here to encourage you. We thank you. We just love, thank you for being here. We thank you for your hard work. We applaud you. We salute you. Just remember, Kanti, who sat right where you sat, had breakfast with me and shared with me how she's learning, even as a 22-year-old now, what it takes to be successful. Sometimes people want to take the easy way out. Don't be that person. All right? And if you feel like you're going to be that person, call your mentor. Call the other person in your kayak. I need to meet with you. I need to have lunch with you. I need to come and talk with you. Congratulations, graduates.
going right along, so another quote I wanted to share with you guys. Striving for success without hard work is like trying to harvest when you haven't planted, right? You can't get by. You have to do the work. I'm really delighted to share someone special to me with you. I have known Vincent for many years. Beautiful, wonderful young man. And Vincent sat here where you guys are. He's in the Agricultural Operation Graduate Class of 2019. And Vincent reached out to me whenever. He still reaches out to me whenever, and if I can't answer right then, I get back to him. It is silly to not reach out to someone who can help you. So I am so thrilled to tell you that Vincent, the high school graduate who sat where you are, is now a college graduate. And I am so excited. I'm a proud mom. Without any further ado, I want you to meet this young man because he was where you are.
So don't worry, I'm not going to sit here and give you a spiel on why you should join the military. So I'm not worried about that. But, you know, to give you a better feeling of who I am, I just want to introduce myself again. Vincent Starkey. I was born and raised in Chester. Got my grandma, my friend, and my little sister with me. We talked about support, but that's my support team. I want to get into my college experience. 8th grade, I knew I was going to be an accountant. I said, hey, I want to go to Widener, I'm going to be an accountant, I'm going to make some money, it's all going to be good. Well, that's what I thought at first. And as I went through college, I ended up switching majors halfway through the years. I lost my grandfather, which was heavy on me. And when you lose someone so close and it has an effect on your mental state and just what you're doing, and the accountant just turned off. I went from understanding terms to just blanking out in class, and if I didn't have a nice teacher, he would have failed me, but instead he gave me a D so I didn't have to repeat the class. But that was my worst semester. After that, I went on to make, not Dean's list, but it was the honors list, I believe. And then after that, I made Dean's list, back to back. So I had to find a new direction. I asked myself, well, what do I want to do? The reason I wanted to be an accountant was because my grandfather was such a heavy influence on me. He was a businessman by heart. And just seeing him walk with his head high and be able to do what he want when he want, I said, that's what I want. So then I asked my question, well, how can I get there? And I made a map for myself and told myself, well, marketing, I'm good with people. Might as well go that route. I ended up in the Army. So I contracted, did the Army while I was doing school, and it was a lot. But then you have to ask yourself, why? Why did I get out of bed at 5 in the morning to go to PT and work out just to be in classes till 3 p.m. and have to go home and then deal with the family load or whatever I had to do around the house. So having that support team really helps you get through it. And the key takeaway is that life is like train tracks. You know, you're on your rails until it ends. And then you have a choice to go left or right. And that choice, when you make it, is to click. You switch tracks. And everybody has their own decision that they have to make. You know, I might have switched majors, but my friend KG over there, he just graduated accounting a year ahead of me, actually. But, you know, seeing that somebody else could do it don't mean that it's always going to match your path. You got to find what's the perfect fit for you. And just to give you a map of success with college is first things first, you got to find like-minded people. And even though you're not who you want to be yet, you need to find out what steps, small steps that you can take right now that end up leading to major changes. And even today, we talked about how you're still learning what it takes to be successful at 22 years old. A lot of people didn't take advantage of internships and co-ops. And it's sad to say, but nowadays a college degree isn't enough just to get a good paying job. They want experience, and if you don't network and find people that can help you get the experience or at least get into the job, you'll be stuck. I got a firm right now that's dealing with that. And I just wanted to leave you all with this. It's not where you start, but it's where you finish. And enjoy yourself along the way. As a matter of fact, I'm running off for 4 or 5 hours of sleep. Me and KG was out Philly last night since 1 in the morning. I had to time just to be, get back home and get ready. But that's the key thing. Just enjoy yourself. No matter where you at along the way, you might want to be a millionaire. But just because you're not a millionaire today don't mean that you can't enjoy yourself. It's the little things that matter.
I love it that he understands that if you need something, you ask for it. If I can't help you, I know somebody who can. Or I will call somebody who knows someone that can. So many times we're so afraid to even ask the question. Please don't be. All right, I wanted to take a minute and to see if all the mentors in the room can stand. Go ahead. Off your feet. No. Thank you. Thank you. We appreciate you. These kids need you. It is so important to have someone who has gone the path before you. Thank you. You can stand. And isn't it wonderful that Vincent just graduated, new college grad, and we were talking earlier this week and he said, Doctor, I'm ready to be a mentor. I love that. The other people that I want you to meet is our staff. When you call, and when we first started Operation Graduate, it was always me, right? You call, I'm doing everything. Well, I'm going to start crazy now. I'm not. Our executive director couldn't be here today, but you've already met Danetta and Joyce. Joyce is another, she's excellent. And Lorraine. So we are part of the team that put everything together. I also drag my kids along, but I think that I'll be in trouble going home if I, ask them to raise their hands, so I won't. Just along the lines of what Vincent just shared with you. You all know Usain Bolt, right? If you're a track kid, you know him. But everyone just thought that he was just naturally fast. And Usain said, skill is only developed by hours and hours of work. Even if you have a gift, if you don't nurture that, if you don't grow it, you're going nowhere in life. So, all right, I wanted to introduce Danetta again, and I'm going to turn it over to you, my dear, and we're going to meet our awesome graduates.
Good afternoon, everyone. So great to see so many of you that have come out to celebrate our graduates on this afternoon. So many times we are quick to recognize when our young people do something negative, but that same time is so very important to recognize when they do something positive. And that is what everyone has done here today. So I congratulate all of our scholars. And this is only the beginning. And don't let anyone tell you that you can't, because you absolutely can. And so at this time, it gives me great honor and a privilege to present our ECC Scholars of 2023.
Right before we do that, can I ask a few people to come up? Claudia? Cynthia, Tracy Simani, and Michael Folger. Come on up. And there's the
At this time, I'm going to present our ECC Scholars of 2023. When I call your name, could you please come forward? Our first scholar is going to be Gianni Barber. Gianni just graduated from STEM Academy. She will be attending Westchester University, and her goal is to become a neonatal nurse. Our next scholar is Sanaya Best. I don't believe Sanaya is here. Maybe she is on her way. Our next graduate is Miriam Bent Kawi. Miriam just graduated from Penncrest High School, and she will be attending American University. And her goal is to become a PR manager. Our next scholar is Arne Burton. Arne just graduated from STEM Academy. She will be attending Coppin State University. And her goal is to become a nurse. Our next scholar is Taquan DeShields. Taquan just graduated from Chester High School. He will be attending Virginia State University. And his goal is to own his own real estate company. Our next graduate is Mykera Edwards. Mykera just graduated from Chester High School. She will be attending St. Augustine University, and her goal is to become a biochemist. Our next scholar is Colin Farrell. Colin just graduated from STEM Academy. He will be attending Virginia State University. And his goal is to become a forensic scientist. Our next scholar is Kavina Frazier. I don't believe Kavina is here at this time. Our next graduate is Amelie Goodman. Okay, I don't think Ali is here either. Our next graduate is Sarah Graham. Sarah just graduated from Penncrest High School. She will be attending the School of Visual Arts. And her goal is to pursue a career in film production. Our next scholar is Zanae Holland Barksdale. Zanae just graduated from STEM Academy. She will be attending Susquehanna University. and her goal is to become an accountant. Our next scholar is Icon Jones. Icon just graduated from Sun Valley High School. He will be attending California University of Pennsylvania. And his goal is to study business management. Our next scholar is Cynthia Kim. Cecilia just graduated from Strath High School. She will be attending the University of the Arts. And her goal is to become a photographer. Our next scholar is Elizabeth Laciende. Elizabeth just graduated from STEM Academy. She will be attending Westchester University. And her goal is to become a pediatric nurse. Our next scholar is Nishay Madison. I believe that she is here. Our next scholar is Lemuel Mitchell. Lemuel just graduated from Penncrest High School. He will be attending Alberta University. And his goal is to become a veterinarian and a professional expert. Our next scholar is Tanaya Northern. Tanaya just graduated from Chester High School. She will be attending Westchester University. And her goal is to become a forensic psychologist. Our next scholar is Jayana Peterson. I don't believe Jayana is here. Okay. Our next scholar is Jayla Pratt. Jayla just graduated from Chester High School. She will be attending Cheney University. And her goal is to become a lawyer. Our next graduate is Noble Thompson. Noble just graduated from STEM Academy. He will be attending Albright College. And his goal is to study sports management. Let's give all of our scholars another round of applause. Can you please stand?
Thank you, you guys can sit. Congratulations. Congratulations. Starting 2 years ago, we started slowly to get money for monetary scholarships. We think each of you should get scholarship money. We are continuing to collect money through the month of August and then divide it up between you. There were 3 in-memory awards. And for that, I'll ask my son, Christian Messam, to come and present.
Okay. I'm Christian Messam. I'm an intern at ECC, and I'm a sophomore at the University of Pittsburgh. And today, it's my pleasure to present 3 monetary awards in the memory of strong, amazing women. 2 of these women were my grandmother, and the 3rd was provided by the Mendez Thompson family, who were committed to the mission of ECC. The money donated from these scholarships will be provided directly towards the recipient's college tuition. Please remain standing at your table as your name is announced. I'm delighted to present the 3rd annual Doreen Elcock Scholarship Award to a deserving Penncrest High School student who demonstrated academic excellence and a commitment to their community. Doreen Elcock was my grandmother, and she firmly believed that education is the key to success. As a result, she dedicated her life to unlocking opportunities for her family. Because of her hard work and dedication, her children, grandchildren, and great-grandchildren are where they are today. The recipient of the 3rd annual Doreen Elcock Scholarship Award is a well-rounded individual who strives to be the best that she can be. She is described as strong, committed, and confident. During difficult times, she challenged herself by asking, if not now, when? The Elcock family is proud to present the 2023 Doreen Elcock Scholarship Award to Sarah Grant. It is also my pleasure to present an award in memory of my paternal grandmother, Ruby Messam. My grandmother, Ruby, dedicated her life to education. She taught high school in Jamaica and in the Boston public school system. She inspired her children, grandchildren, and students to excel in the STEM field. She had many medical challenges over her years and faced each courageously. Her strength, grace, and determination shone through with each and every obstacle she faced. She was full of love and joy for teaching science. She was gentle while still pushing her students to be their best. Under her guidance, her students won numerous science fairs. She instilled a love of science and education in my father, who went on to become a PhD public scientist. The Messam family is proud to present the 1st annual Ruby Messam Scholarship Award to Kamala Burrell. Lastly, I'm honored to present the Barbara Mendez Scholarship Award. Ms. Mendez peacefully passed away on May 10, 2020. She was a loving wife to Joseph Mendez, an elementary school teacher, as well as a loving mother and grandmother. She was an office coordinator in the Human Resources Department at Bryn Mawr College. Mendez and her husband were dedicated to the education of their children, including their daughter Molly, who greatly impacted the children and youth system in Delaware County over the course of 17 years. In the words of Molly, social work is for superheroes. The Mendez Thompson family is proud to present the 2023 Barbara Mendez Scholarship Award to Tanaya Northern. Round of applause for all of the recipients.
You guys can sit. Thank you so much. We'll talk with you afterwards. Tony, did you want to do the closing? Did you want to close first?
Okay.
I just want to say that I am so proud of our children.
Yes.
And that is not an easy thing for someone who is so close to his grandparents to get up and do. I'm very proud that Christian did that. So it's awesome job, Christian.
So I guess the closing remarks, I don't have anything actually prepared. But what I would say is congratulations to everyone here. We really appreciate that you took the time to come out. And like what I've said before, right? We are here for you, and the organization is trying to put together mentors for the folks here. And so we have resources that you can reach back out to us through the net, and that we can help you going forward. And all of us where you were not too long ago, and so we're just doing what other people did for us in the past. So I just wanted to say thank you again, and I think what we'll do, we wanted to take some pictures of all scholars before we depart.
Absolutely. And please feel free to sit around, interact with each other, and let's eat some more food if you need to. Thank you so much.